Okay, it's not the best rhythm, but this is so cool. So how can we do this? Let's see. I saw a drum sequencer machine or something like that and I searched it on Google, but yeah, it's so expensive. So I mean, what if I do this kind of machine but with the Launchpad MQ2? So I start Ableton, and this is the only thing that we need. These machines comes with the Ableton Live Lite license key, so it's like free, it's easy, and here we go. Now we have this, and you may think, what is this strange thing? So the Lite version has only chance to use 8 tracks, but we can use a drum rack to do this in only one. If the pattern has 8 steps, when it finishes its step, the sound will stop, even if the sound is more larger. So I put a little bit of drum room reverb in a auxiliary channel, but I have a similar project that use 8 tracks. So it sounds better, but you cannot put any other sound. So it has pros and contras, and I'm gonna explain to you how to do the two versions. I'm gonna put this in the description, so you only have to put the MIDI, and I'm gonna explain to you how it works and how to configure the MIDI in each of the projects. In the two projects, I configure like one button for the tap tempo and the buttons of play and stop. So this is the play button that I configure and the stop. So in this project, you go to the first track, to the first sound, and all we need to MIDI is the utility. So in the first sound, I put the first button. In the second sound, I put the second, but only for the first row. And I do the same with the 7 sounds. But you mean, this is not a sound because it's an utility. But why I put here in the middle? I don't know why, but in this spot, any sound, so I put here the utility. Once we got the 7 first sounds, the 8th is the utility, but only for the first track. I configured it this way. Don't ask me why, but I mean, it's so easy because you go with this and it's the first row, the first line, the second is the second row, the first line, all this the first line. And why? Because this is an automation. I see the automation, and the first is only for the first eighth of the sound. So in the second, it's the second eighth, and this with all of this. This light is on when the MIDI is on. When I played it, it goes like this. So it's like beware of what is gonna sound next. But what if I forgot that and I do this? Okay, so it's not gonna work. So it's so easy. Only go to the one that we changed and we reactivate the automation. And what we need to do with the other sounds? Well, literally the same, but the F# one doesn't have anything. So we can go with the first sound of the second track and we MIDI it to the first line, second row, and progressively all the stuff. We have the master that it doesn't have an order. So you can MIDI it the way that you want, but it's more easy to have an order. And you have to MIDI all this stuff. The first line you don't have to MIDI it. But why I MIDI all of this and I put all of this off? Because if I do that, you are gonna see that all is off. But in this case, when I go in this way, the sound 1 is on. What happens if I don't have this? So I kill it, and when I do that, yeah, it's a bit weird, but you're gonna see what will happen. But you mean, yeah, it's gonna sound this sound, no? Now, this is the only sound that isn't gonna sound. So if I do that, yeah. So yeah, it's like that. You have to keep all the stuff and MIDI it. So now we are in the 1.2 drum sequencer, the other version to put more sounds like, I don't know, a viral or something like that. But how we MIDI it? The master is in the same way, and in this case, you have to go to the first sound and MIDI all the utilities. But you mean there's no MIDI here? Yeah, the MIDI is in the mute button. All of this, it's like the utility that we see before that. The utility, it's even here. If you go with this, see automation, you see that it's in this step. And if you go here, you see that it's the same. All the stuff has to be mute now. And when I put the MIDI, if I unmute it, it's gonna give the sound. Because if it's mute and I play it, it doesn't sound nothing. But if I unmute it, it sounds. If you have to change a sound, you can go like this. Drums. And it changes for the all 8 steps. In the other, you have to change it one by one. So I hope you understand my English and you enjoy the video. Like and subscribe for more content like that. Content like how can we map the MK1 or the MK2 that I have here with the Launchpad or any other MIDI device. So put in the comments what you want to see in my channel. We see you in another video.